that you were supposed to be there last year and couldn't, so we are very glad that you're here today.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
So you performed today.
Yeah.
How was it? How did you feel it?
It was amazing. It was very good.
We had a special guest on there as well. That was like
1.5 because
Yeah,
Deck
yeah.
didn't really stay very long.
No, but we had Declan and Amy from Amel and the Snippers come join us as well for a little bit, so that was fun.
That was fun?
No.
They were just there.
They're just there, so you know.
And so you know these guys backstage?
Yeah, we went on tour with them. They took us out to America, yeah, last year. So that's how we kind of met them. Well, we actually met them in London when we supported them on the show. And they liked it so much that they invited us to support them in America as well. So that was good. And then we just kind of kept the relationship. And now it's cool because we get to bump into them at these things, you know.
So cool. So can you tell us about like the origins of the band for the people who don't know you yet?
We actually went to school together. We didn't really talk to each other very much, but had a school trip one day, and turned out we liked a lot of the same things. So.
And then it's just been
Since then. Yeah, exactly.
Since then.
And how did you notice that it worked out together on the music, for the music? Because you can be friends but don't make music together. So when did you realize that together it worked really well?
We like a lot of the same music. We both have very eclectic taste as well. There's not a genre of music that we can't find something that we both like. So I think just kind of naturally. It's just like it's meant to be. You know, some things are meant to be. Like the sky is blue, you know, and water is wet, and Bob Vylan's just meant to be. You know, it's like it would be going against the laws of nature if this band didn't exist, because it's just supposed to be.
So you said you had very similar tastes. Who would you say are your main influences musically?
Oh, musically,
That's a big old question.
yeah, so that's an endless list. I think a lot of the things that we connect on more so than music is like the books that we read, like the writers that we're fans of, and like, you know, the kind of cultural leaders that we're fans of, and like that probably we connect more on that than the music, I think. But the music is an endless list of people that we like. Just so you pick one out of the air, and I guarantee there's something that we like of them, you know, except for maybe
Not Metallica.
except for Metallica. But I don't think there's a single song of theirs that we.
Don't need to. It's of the past.
But yeah, every other time.
Yeah.
And so talking about influences, can you talk to us about your inspirations? Like maybe you talked about books, about music. Is there anything that really inspires you to write? Maybe.
I think social conditions, where we come from, our community, how we grew up, and how we're our life experiences, really. I think, right? It's like a lot of it. It's like that's a lot of where like the lyrics in terms of like the subject matter come from, but also I think the energy of the band as well. Like I noticed that like I think culturally we're quite different from a lot of bands that exist in this genre of music, because you know we have a Caribbean heritage, so we're quite like a vibrant, energetic people, you know, expressive. They definitely don't hold their tongue. They let you know how they feel. Do you know what I mean? And so like, I think a lot of where we come from in our community and our culture plays a big part in what the band looks like on stage and sounds like, and how we move and how we talk, and even how we just, you know, exist in this world. And it loses out.
So I was going to ask, like, you talked about political subjects. We saw it on stage. And is it important to you? Is it important for you to use your art to express your anger about those topics, about what's going on in the world?
Or to express more than anger, I guess, right?
Yeah.
To express like anything that needs expressing. That's what art is for, right?
Yeah, because I think as well, like there can be an assumption that like that all we express is anger, you know. But I think when you look at it, like a lot of it isn't necessarily anger. A lot of it is like it's rooted in love. So it's like a love for our community. Do you know what I mean? Like that's, we talk about the black experience and our the troubles that we face in the UK for us specifically, but you know, people like us face these troubles all around the world. But that's not because of it. That's not expressed as a hatred towards the UK. It is expressed as a love for our people and our culture and like how we want to exist and we want to live and we want to have the same opportunities as everybody else, you know. And I think even like what the UK could be, do you know what I mean? It's like we don't hate it for what it is, we love it for what it could be. And I think like that's maybe, you know, where a lot of people misconstrue what it is that we're kind of trying to get across. Of course there are some things that we do hate about the UK, but that's natural. It's not, I don't think it's any more than anybody else. I think that we're just quite vocal about the issues that we're facing. Do you know what I mean?
Very direct in the way it's expressed.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit less, you know, shielded.
Yeah, we don't pull our punches, you know. But again, that's a cultural thing. Do you know what I mean? That's a cultural thing. So yeah.
I had another question about how do you work together? Like basically when you create a song, what do you start with? How does it work?
It's, a lot of it is just created like first in the box, like on a laptop, whatever, and then like we'll take it to the studio and it will be deconstructed and reconstructed. So guitar that maybe I've played in my bedroom, for example, will be reamped or replayed in a studio, a bigger environment, using amps and stuff like that. And it's like, but in terms of like what we start with is, I mean, sometimes lyrics, sometimes the music is first. It's really depends, you know. Like I'm always jotting down things that I think of, just lyrics or whatever, and they might come of use, or maybe I'll make something, a guitar riff, and then it will inspire me to write something, you know. So it really is, I don't know, like creating art is just like, it's just pulling things out of the air, because like there's nothing there and then now there's something there, you know. So it's kind of a weird process. I think as well, when you're doing it, you're not conscious of what you're doing almost, you know what I mean? It's, you're just doing this thing. Again, like, it's like nature, you know? It's like we're artists, we're supposed to be artists, and so creating that stuff is just, I don't know, it's just like a natural thing, just pulling magic out of the air and just creating something that's just there it is.
Okay. So you talked about the fact that you play guitar, but we didn't see guitar on stage. Why this choice? Because you really just want to focus on your voice, on the way you move? Why?
Well, I mean, so there was two ways that we could do it, I suppose, right? It's like I could have a guitar on stage and play and try and do the vocals, but that would be like, I would be anchored down, right? Like a guitar around my neck. Like there's only so much that I could move, and if you see the show, I like to move around a lot, do you know what I mean? So there's so much that I wouldn't be able to do. So then the other option obviously is, well then have somebody else come on stage and play guitar for us. But I think that
It's not really even needed.
yeah, it's not needed. Like I don't know. It wouldn't do any. It wouldn't make the show better. Yeah, it wouldn't add to the show. And like we're always looking for ways by which we can make the show better. You know, I don't think it would make the show any. It would make it different, but I don't think it would be better. You know, yeah.
And so Amy and the Singers were on stage with you, and you also have another collaborations with Slaves, Bowie and Synth.
Yeah.
And how was this collaboration made? Like, how did you meet him?
It was just, I can't remember how we met. I think think I did a remix, right? Yeah, like I did like a remix for them. Like I was just playing around with something like on my laptop, and then did a remix. They liked it, so they released it, and then Laurie had made like a beat. Essentially, he had made like something, and he was like, "Would you be up for putting some vocals to it?" And so I wrote to it, and it was cool because like then we're not thinking about producing the beat or whatever. It's just like all I have to do is just write lyrics to it, and that's fairly. I don't want to say like it's easy, but it's easier than making a whole beat and everything. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and then we just kind of made that, and now we've got like an album's worth of music with him. I don't know if it will ever come out, but yeah, we have a lot of music together. A lot of music together.
Do you think it will come out?
Some of it will. Like some of it will. There is one actually. There is one that will come out soon. I think one track that will come out soon that we haven't. But the other stuff, maybe at some point. I don't know. Maybe. But it's all good. It's all like. But it's just kind of different because somebody else is producing it. You know. So, yeah.
And do you have any future project that you could talk to us about?
None that we can really talk to you about. Like, we do have some future projects, but none that we can really talk to you about at the moment. But yeah, we're definitely working on new stuff. Yeah.
It's good to know. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.